Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of the FIFA 22 Ultimate Team Road to Glory. We are back again with another episode. It is episode number 54, and in today's episode we are going to be doing a couple of things, something completely different, something new to the Road to Glory. We're going to actually start with a couple of 82 plus passing. I believe they are guaranteed because obviously they've been out, so obviously we're going to do a couple of them, and then we're going to move on into some gameplay from the ePREM tournament. So just to fill you in, the first game that we had was against someone, can't really remember who, but basically he didn't show up, he didn't register that it was ready to play and stuff, so we got a bye in the first round, which is obviously quite nice. And then in the second round we got ourselves an opponent which we're going to play in this episode, and we'll just see how we get on, because I wanted to bring it to you, obviously different content. We've also got some rival rewards as well to open at the end of the episode, so if you don't want to stick around for the video, which is fair enough, just go ahead and watch the end of it to also see our rewards. It was rank 2, I believe, not, might be rank 2, I don't know what it was, but basically I know it was Division 2 or Division 1, can't remember which to be fair, but anyway, let's go and open a couple of these 82 plus guarantees, as well as these obviously being out. We've obviously as well got the opportunity to go ahead and do an icon pack as well as a hero card. They've both been released in SBCs. Unfortunately, they seem a little bit too pricey for my liking. We do get a walkout here from one of these 82 plus passing, which is quite nice. It is actually going to be Jadon Sancho, which is really good. Decent fodder. Speaking of fodder, I've literally got no fodder left. We literally put it all into Mo Salah and had to spend 500k as well. Luckily enough, the fodder has rose in the last couple of days, and that means salary's worth like 950k now, which is quite nice. So we did him for 500k, which doesn't seem too bad, and obviously he's an untradeable that we can have for the whole year, as well as being able to use him in these tournaments such as ePREM, which is obviously really important. So yeah, so speaking of these, obviously these SBCs have been releasing, as well as like the players and stuff. We got Asensio and a couple of other players recently that look quite decent, but I'm just going to stay clear. I want to keep as much liquid coins as I can now, apart from if it's a really good SBC, a really big SBC, for example Salah, you know, them SBCs I will do, but these hero, these icons, I just don't see the point, especially being a baby icon. If you pack something amazing, it's still not going to be that great. For example, one of my mates got a baby R9, dug him wrong, it's sick, he's worth 2 million coins, but it's still not amazing, if you get what I mean. I'd rather just save it and just, for example, you know, you've got a Neymar now that's worth about 600k. It's ridiculous. And obviously with next week coming around, we've got Black Friday, so that means Black Friday packs, Black Friday SBCs and Black Friday objectives, so we're going to be getting a lot of content around that, as well as getting things, for example the FUT player days. We will be getting them very shortly, so we will get free packs from here, which is obviously really good for obviously logging on to the game. So anyway, we are currently in the ePREM game now. As you can see, we got an invite, and we did actually have a decent start to the game. 4 minutes on the clock, we had a couple of shots. Unfortunately that second wasn't great, but the first one was a real opportunity. It just got blocked, so we're going to let this run in the background while I obviously speak about different things, but before that we will actually speak about this game. So as you can see, this guy was actually, he was alright. Unfortunately you can't see his team. He did have a baby Barnes, he had a couple of obviously decent players in there, all from the Prem, because it's an ePREM tournament, so you have to use Premier League players. He was using an informed Norman though, which was quite interesting. You have Reece James and a couple of decent players, so we'll just let that run in the background, like I said, and speak about sort of the SBCs that have come out. So obviously the icon is out. Not going to do it, like I said. I just don't see how it's worth it, to be honest with you. And the hero SBC, I'm not going to do that either. There's literally 2 players that I would want. One being Joe Cole, and the second being well, 3 maybe tops. Obviously Ginola's quite good, and then obviously looking at Abide Pele as well. They're the 3 cards obviously you would want. I'm not really too interested in the likes of Robbie Keane and stuff. They don't really like get me excited, but anyway, the first opportunity, as you can see in the game there, we did hit the post through Mo Salah's header. That was a really big opportunity in the game, and obviously the first real opportunity that any team's had, so it was really unfortunate to obviously not come away with a goal there, and it was actually quite a decent save. We did push an attack pretty much straight after, but to be fair, you know, he had Van Dijk, and obviously he can outmuscle Kante, so Kante obviously tried to get his goal back, and he did just that, and then we lose it again. That's something that I'm obviously needing to work on quite a lot. I seem to rush the play quite a lot with defending and attacking. In terms of defending, I'm too aggressive. I'm way too I can't even speak. I'm way too aggressive in the sort of trying to get the ball back sort of thing. I want to win the ball back as quickly as possible, and then tries to launch the attack. As you can see here, we've literally gone straight from defence into attack with an inshallah through ball. Unfortunately, it didn't work. I thought it wouldn't, you know, it's Mahrez's right foot, so obviously he's working on his weaker foot, and it's obviously not going to be as accurate, it's stronger foot. And then again, we tried to push through straight away. We just played straight into Declan Rice, and he's now going to mount his own attack. It's a nice turn by Mr. Barnes there, but we come away with the ball, and again, it's tackled. So it's quite a cagey game, this, as you can see, and obviously we're not really doing much in the game, and obviously he's not doing much either. He's not really got into our box. I've had the first obviously big opportunity, and unfortunately we didn't come away with the goal. So we're now into a 4v sort of 2 situation, and again we should be doing a lot better with that. I seem to just, I don't know, it's weird. I do just rush everything. I need to sort of build my attacks up a bit more, get a couple more players up the pitch. As you can see, it worked quite well. We waited for a couple of players to sort of help the attack. We did obviously give it to Ben Chilwell here, so we've got quite a few players in attack now, 3 literally in very close space, and we're going to use those players there. As you can see, we play into the boy, I believe that's Onyinka, who finds a couple of passes in there. We've now got it onto Mo Salah's foot, but unfortunately we're running into trouble, so that sort of worked a little bit better. As you can see, we had a few more bodies up, we had a few more options, which is something I need to work on. And obviously as well, we're playing on the PS5 version, so it's a completely different version to the PS4. Obviously with the PS5 version, you've got hypermotion technology, which is a complete new beast in itself, with the new touches and stuff. It's really hard to judge sort of how the player's going to touch the ball and things like that, because obviously it's so inconsistent. It's a bit of a weird one, and obviously it all depends on the player as well, and I've not really got to grips with it. And obviously this is my first actual proper game on the PS5 version this year, really. I've not touched it whatsoever, which was mainly because last year I didn't like it whatsoever. I literally played it like for a week or 2 straight last year over Christmas, and when I obviously got the PS5, because obviously I wanted to try the PS5 version, see how good it is, but obviously it's not great, as everyone knows, so I stuck to the PS4 version. I just personally like that a lot more, but unfortunately we had to use the PS5 version for this tournament. One person did actually use the PS4 version for it, and I don't know what happened. They should get kicked out for it, I believe, because of the rules and stuff. I don't know why it's such an issue. To be fair, I'd love to obviously just play on the PS4 version instead, but I suppose if you've got players playing on the PS4 and the PS5 version, it just creates a massive imbalance, and obviously it is a lot unfair for some players, because obviously they will be better on one version than another, if that makes sense. For example, me, I'm a lot better on a PS4 version because I know how the players are going to move, how they're going to touch and stuff, whereas on this game it's a little more unpredictable, and obviously players that have played this game on the PS5 version from the start, they will know a lot more about it than me, and a lot more used to it as well. So we have 36 minutes into this game, and we're not really seeing many chances, to be honest, as you would expect, to be fair. Obviously in the ePREM, you've got a lot of players in the same sort of category of skill. I'd say I'm quite a decent player. This guy though was a lot better, to be fair. Although I had the better chances, he's on paper a better player. I'll message him before the game, just because, you know, I'm saying, right, you know, you're my next opponent, how are you? Are you a decent player? You know, what sort of skill sort of are you sort of at, basically? Because obviously wanted to know to see if I was in for a really tough game, which I was. I obviously asked him, and he said he finished rank 1 consistently this year, quite easy, which, you know, is fair enough. I don't think it's too hard to do this year. Obviously I just can't be bothered to push on and sweat the game every single week. I'm just not into that anymore. I used to be fair, but now just no, I'd rather just play it simple, get to, you know, rank 3, possibly rank 2 sometimes, you know, and just chill out on this game. I'd much prefer to do that this time round, because, you know, I'm not the same person. You know, I want to just chill and have a relaxed time, whereas, you know, obviously before I love to sweat the game. Like last year, obviously I did get up to Elite 3 a couple of times, when, you know, that's when I tried, to be fair. I mean, there was only 5, 6, 7 occasions where I actually did push on to Elite 3 last year, because I just could not be bothered, and I'm starting to get that even more this year. But I'm still going to play the game consistently, just obviously not as much, if that makes sense. So it kind of makes more sense, you know, to play less games, which will make me play more throughout the year, sort of thing. So, you know, like last year I got burnt out by playing way more games than I am this year, so obviously we will span for a longer time this year, which should be good, because I obviously play the game for a lot longer, just not as many games, if that makes sense, which I've literally just said. So As you could see there, we got a little bit of heartbreak. He scored his first real chance on goal there. I think his first shot as well of the whole entire game, which was really, really unfortunate. I thought I was the better player in the first half. He literally created absolutely nothing. I created a couple of chances. I wouldn't say they were great chances. Obviously, the Salah header being the first one, that was a really, really key chance in the game. But unfortunately, we didn't come away with the goal. So yeah, and then he does obviously mount an attack straight on in the second half. And I thought that was going to be in, but Mendy, he got down very, very well there and quickly stopped the shot, which was really, really good. We're then going to try and mount an attack ourselves, but again, look how many more numbers we've got up. It's literally 2-3 players max. It's just not good enough. We need to be getting more players up the pitch and as quickly as possible. We then do a couple of 1-2s with Walker and Kante, then finds Antonio, but again, it's all about judging the touches, and we run straight into the opposition there, who's now going to come away with the ball, and he's got a big chance here to go and attack my goal. So he picks up the ball with the boy there. As you can see, it's now found, I don't know who that is, I think that's Kante, and then he works it out wide. What can he do from this position? Well, he's just going to whip it in, but fortunately, well, luckily for us, we get there. Then he gets it back, and look how many bounces he's going to get, but with the ball, and you now sort of think this is a decent counter-attacking opportunity. But no, we run straight into danger, and again, we didn't get enough players up the pitch. So then he pushes through, and luckily we win it back. But again, just look how much I'm rushing the game. I should not be doing this. I should be just relaxing, chilling out. I think the first half I was definitely trying to get the first goal, and now we're in panic stations. We're not going to get that goal, but we do nearly get a goal here. To be fair, it's a beautiful strike by I believe it's Riyad Mahrez on the right hand side there with his weaker foot. It was a decent attempt, but unfortunately we don't come with the goal. We then nearly messed up the subs. I didn't want to play Bergwijn up front and Antonio on the left. We want to play Bergwijn on the left and then bring on Rashford up front instead of Antonio, get a bit more fresh legs on, obviously with the 5-star skills as well. I think that's key this year, especially with the attacking creation that you want to do. So anyway, we do get the ball here with Mo Salah. We're going to try some. We're going to whip it in. We see a man of Virgil back post, but he was just never going to get there. Maybe an L1 cross would have done better, but look at this. He breaks so quickly. Look how many defenders I've got back. It's literally a 4v3, and as you can see, he's going to push through it straight through into the boy there, and he's going to go and score. And guess who it is again? It's Mason Mount's in form. He scored 2 goals in the game, and that's going to sort of kill me off, to be honest with you. I was sort of really struggling at 1-0 anyway. I was obviously, as you can see, couldn't really create many chances, but now that we've still not scored and it's 2-0 in the 62nd minute, you know, all odds are against you. I was just so annoyed at the defence. It didn't really track the run of Mason Mount that well, and it could have been dealt with a lot better, but as you can see, we are 2-0 down, and that's sort of the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. Obviously, like I said, he's a really good player, finishing Elite 2, Elite 1. I don't know if I said that actually earlier on in the episode, and I told you he finished rank 1, but yeah, he was actually Elite 2, Elite 1 player this year, so obviously he's a good player, and there's no shame in losing to someone like this. It was a good learning curve, though, obviously, for me to obviously see how obviously different players, higher skilled players play on this game, especially with, you know, playing in FUT Champs this year. It's so like relaxed this year compared to last year and the year before, especially the year before, and obviously this year it's not even competitive anymore, I don't think. Obviously, yeah, it's a little bit competitive with in terms of, you know, getting up to rank 1 and stuff, and there is better players than you and stuff like that, but it just, I don't know, it doesn't have like that sweatiness that he did in previous years, which I don't mind, to be fair, but it's a competitive game mode, and in competitive game modes you want it to be competitive, don't you? So obviously you want people being sort of difficult to beat and stuff, but obviously not doing the right tactics. You know, I'm so glad that's not a thing as much this year, you know, the 5-back, drop back, 1 depth sort of thing. We don't want that anymore, which it isn't, to be fair, on the whole. You know, there's stuff through people that do it, especially the pros. I've seen a couple of pros obviously switch to the formation in tight situations, which is, I suppose, isn't too bad. Obviously you're just going to go and do everything to try and win the game, aren't you? But with that being said, it is a lot better than doing it for the full game, but even still, just don't play 5 at the back. So anyway, we are 3-0 down, as you can see, with 15 minutes to go, and I'm on my knees, to be honest. I need to try and find a goal, but we're not getting the players up the pitch. Salah tried to burst around the defence there, but he does catch him up very, very easily, which is quite concerning, and unfortunately comes away with the ball. He's now found the boy Kante, and he's just going to try and mount an attack, but luckily enough we get a tackle off, and it's now a 2v4 situation. We try to get the other players into play, and again we just get tackled. Kante was everywhere for these guys, you could see, and he's, for me, to be fair, But obviously the difference between him and me is I'm a more aggressive player. I again just lunge out, try and win the ball as quickly as possible. It does work on most occasions. I'd probably say it works 70-80% of the time, but in those 10, 20, 30%, you get absolutely you just get done, which obviously isn't the best. So we've got 9 more minutes left of this game, and as you can see, we're really struggling to try and find the back of the net. We didn't really have a clear-cut opportunity, especially like a one-on-one situation. We didn't get any of them, and even just inside the box shots, we didn't get. We maybe got 1 or 2 the whole game. Obviously, we had a couple of Kante block shots earlier on in the second half. Sorry. So obviously, it was just not happening, to be honest. But with 7 minutes to go, we're going to try push through again. This is sort of a better situation. We are, 4 or 5 against the 4 or 5 defenders, which obviously does help. As you can see, Kante is going to have a couple of shots again, but it just gets blocked, and unfortunately, he's going to come away with the ball. We've got 5 minutes left to obviously try and get something from the game, but being 3 goals down, you're not really going to get anything. Again, Mendy had to come out there. He got called upon and finally does make the save, which is quite good, and it came off Barnes as well, so we do get ourselves a goal kick. But obviously with 3 minutes to go, we're trying to damage limitation, obviously not go ahead and concede, because if we concede then we want to cry even more. But as you can see, he's going to push through, he's going to whip it across, and unfortunately I believe it's Jamie Vardy wasn't there to tap it home, which could have made it 4-0. To be fair, he probably did deserve it from the second half performance, but the first half, I don't know, I should have definitely won that first half, but obviously in the second half he did absolutely put it on, and obviously got the goals that obviously he deserved. So unfortunately we do come away with a 3-0 loss, and we're now going to go ahead and sell on Yinka. He was a decent little player, to be fair, but obviously with the Black Friday and stuff, we're going to get rid of him in case, coins are a good thing to have, to be honest with you, so we need to get rid of him. So we are up to 525k now. We did make a 2k profit before tax. After tax, I believe we probably lost 1 or 2k, which is fine. To try a player like this for 1,000 or 2,000 coins, you can't really go wrong, can you? And obviously it did help in the ePREM run of one total game. Amazing, what a run. But we're now going to open our division rival roads. We did get ourselves rank. I don't know, actually. I don't know what we've got. We've got the 7 wins. I know that. I think this might be Division 2, to be fair. I didn't get promoted before. So we're going to pick the 2 50k packs, so the 2 rare player packs, and then we're going to pick the coins as well. It's the best of both worlds. So you get the packs and you get the coins. Obviously, coins being very good this year. With, like I said, Neymar being around 600k, it's, you've got the buying power then, so you need to keep the coins, keep the coin balance flowing, especially if you want to do maybe League SBCs and stuff. League SBCs, obviously you need quite a few coins there, and that'll obviously generate just packs after packs after packs. But the first pack from our rewards there gets ourselves Spinazzola, so a 92 pace left wing back. Not great, not going to lie, he's 83 rated. It's not really what I want from a 50k pack. We need to obviously hope and expect for better. A walkout in this second one would be fantastic. You are guaranteed at least an 83, which obviously what we got in the last one. And in this one, we do get a board, unfortunately not a walkout. It's going to be Brozovic, so it's a counterpart Serie A player, obviously with Spinazzola being the first player in the first one. This one, obviously Brozovic, and now we also get a Sabitzer as well, but it's not great. No duplicates, which is obviously the best case scenario, but obviously we could have had maybe something a little bit better. But anyway, that's going to pretty much wrap up in the episode. So if you enjoyed the video, give it a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll catch you in the next one tomorrow. Peace.